How you doing, everyone? Turkey Buzzard here, and I'm at the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and that's on Spectacle Island. I've got 4 different playthroughs that I'm doing, and so that gives me 120 options for places to build. And for the building itself, I used Snap and Build for the walls and roof, and for the windows, I used the Settlement Objects expansion pack. So the main part of the building was those 2 mods. There's a sign for the Boston CDC, and just inside is a guard waiting to look at your ID. But before we go inside, I want to take you around this way and show you the employees entrance. Now, anyone who's coming in to work would probably be driving in by car, so I decided I needed to build a garage. And of course they'd have to stop at this guard station. And that barrier I built using several different pieces that I kind of glitched together, but I thought it looked pretty cool. But you would stop at the barrier, the guard would check your ID, and if everything is good, then he would open the gate and the garage door. Since I decided I was going to build a garage, I wanted to start my build here and basically keep everything lined up with this road. So that's how I started my build, and I just wanted to make sure that the road was actually an integral part of the build itself. And obviously there's 2 entrances, and as many times as I've seen videos and checked out people's builds, I've never seen anybody build a garage. And although it don't seem like much, I actually had a good time building this garage. You know, it's got 2 levels, lower and upper, and I thought it come out pretty nice, you know, for being nothing more than just a garage. But I don't know, I really enjoyed that part of the build. But this is the employees entrance, and also the sign for the Boston CDC as you come in the door, and a guard to check your ID. As far as builds go, this is kind of a large build, but as far as the CDC goes, I guess it's not that big. This is the main control room. This is where they would keep track of everything that goes on in the entire building. And I got the idea of this control room from watching The Walking Dead. In season 1 they go to the CDC, and I liked the way it was set up, so I decided to kind of base my control room on theirs. And this restricted area is the main power room. And this is where they get all their power. But also it's got 3 nuclear reactors here, and everything in the place is hooked up to those 3 nuclear reactors. And if some type of a deadly virus was to get out or something, then basically those 3 reactors would totally vaporize the entire building and everything in it, which I thought would be necessary in a place like the CDC. And obviously, you know, these places have to have bathrooms for men and women. It's not my favorite part of the build, but it's necessary, so. And down here is the bioscience lab. And I used the OC decorator and the do-it-yourself to get a lot of this stuff done. And basically all the walls and doors inside this place are from the SOE pack. This is the decontamination area where it's chemical washes and sprayers from the ceilings and the decontamination arches. And here's where they do a lot of their biological research. Right now he's working on a dead cow. Which I thought, was probably appropriate. If you're going to have a CDC, they got to be working on some type of biological creatures or whatever. This is the Advanced Systems lab. And it's pretty much set up like the other one, It's got the decontamination area. Here's a guy in here being decontaminated.
I used to be scared of Superman.
Got the chemical washes and, like I said, the sprayers in the ceilings. And in here, the Advanced Systems, they're doing actually stuff with humans. And right now, the scientist is working on skeletons. And this case with the meds in it, I built that using shelving from the do-it-yourself, and I used some half walls and glass door. I don't know, I just thought it looked kind of neat. It looked like the ones that you see on most of in most labs and whatever, where they lock up their medications or whatever. But even though the place doesn't look that big, I tried to build a second floor, but my game started getting really laggy. So I decided to give up on that part of it and just assume that there's a basement level. This is where everybody sleeps that works there. And as you can see, the mod creator who flattened out this island really fixed this place up. You know what I mean? He made sure that all the walls and everything were rebuilt. Obviously all the decorations I put in, the curtains, rugs, furniture, whatever. Something I've been doing lately with a lot of these places where I have to have a lot of beds and I don't really have a whole lot of room, I've been laying down sleeping bags and assigning them to someone, and when I get someone assigned to the sleeping bag, I glitch it into the couch, and then that way someone sleeps on the couch. And it's just a good way to save space, as I have 3 couches downstairs where people sleep, so it's three more beds without having to take up the room for 3 beds. Because although this place looks big, there's not a whole lot of room for beds. But it didn't come out too bad. And outside, I've got my mute fruit plants. And in the garage here, I put my water purification and some workbenches. But that's pretty much it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit that like button. I always appreciate that. And if you have any questions or comments, I'm glad to respond. And as always, hit that subscribe button for more videos. But I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.